Contreras, and I haven't done stand-up in a while, but when I did, I used to kind of go about it as a therapy session for myself, because I'm neurotic, which is something you should know if we're going to start this with each other. And, you know, I felt this weird weight of guilt after every show, because I couldn't deal with the instant gratification, you know, the cheap laughs, or, you know, I knew that I needed something more, something real, you know, something for my soul. So I got a therapist, and now I'm paying him $100 an hour to laugh at me in private. And it's worked out really well, actually. For a while, anyways, you know, I told him my fear of intimacy, and he proposed that I start chewing gum. I figured out my crazy obsession with death by drowning and the meaninglessness of the world, and he told me to get floaties when I use the bath. And that it's worked out, it really has. And I thought I found a mentor, you know? I thought that I had found someone who had the voice of reason in this crazy go-go M&M pretzel world that we live in nowadays. But apparently I hadn't, because one day, he and his therapist burst in on my nutritionist appointment, and after reading my file out loud to each other, proposed professionally. Cluster suicide. Which, at that moment, made me really think about my Medicare and what it's giving me, but I declined it as my nutritionist, very politely, and as gentlemen, we toasted them to their suicide and their cyanide to some Mountain Dew, as gentlemen do. Of course, after that, my therapist died, and my nutritionist fell down dead too after the Mountain Dew, which I thought was kind of weird. But, you know, it's terrible. With all that aside, therapy did help me, because it made me realize that I had to stop looking for the one, you know, the perfect person. Nobody's perfect, there is no dream girl, and I would be happy if I just found someone who was not an impending nightmare. Honestly, it is the worst. Like, have you gone outside and dealt with people? It sucks! It really does. I mean, every time I hear a girl talk now, and she laughs, as girls do apparently, and she smiles, and then the light hits her hair, this perfect moment, and I hear Hey Jude playing in my mind, and believe in everything that I could possibly believe in, I imagine her saying, "Fuck you, you sackless shit." Because I know that directly after this, in about a year, that's what she's gonna be saying anyways. But it's cool, and I understand this, and it's not her fault, and it's because I am a sackless piece of shit. So all she has to do is notice and point. Well, you know, with that said, it is partly my fault, if you will. You know, I've been told for years by the female race that I am like a jobless bastard, I'm no good, I'm not worthy of any love from anyone. But my mom writes it in all my birthday cards, so after a while, you really do stop buying it. I mean, all in all, I believe in true love, you know, and I yearn for it. I stretch before I yearn, which is how serious I am about yearning. I'm a romantic. I need romance. Picnics in the park, holding hands, grossing out people by making out behind a Walmart. You know, just the classic things that and I didn't even once thought I had it. It was good. 3 years. Me and her, it was a perfect relationship. Classic love story. Boy meets girl, boy and girl fall in love. Girl pushes boy into oncoming traffic. And the Supreme Court labeled it the Triborough tragedy, and Stephen King is looking to make a book out of it. Which is an awesome thing. It was due. It was due from the start, and I knew it. We met, and not only did we meet, but the night that we met was terrible because the waiter spat in her like fondue cheese dip. And then her boyfriend then wouldn't leave me and her alone for 2 seconds. And then I got fired from my job for spitting in all the cheese fondue dip. Which is terrible, but I did get her. And yes, I know what you're thinking. I said she had a boyfriend. I am a homewrecker. I'm aware. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of proud of it because it sounds awesome when you say it in a certain voice. And I'm thinking now, to be honest with you, of putting it on most of my business cards. So if you know a guy who does that, please let me know. And I also want to put professional lover underneath that someday, but I have to grow like sideburns and listen to Prince or, well, I don't know what you have to do for that. I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, I'm a homewrecker, and you do have to understand that the guy was kind of a schmuck, but he was like a bad egg, you know? Do you know, like, a guy who's really, really egotistical, like a Wall Street guy who thinks he owns the goddamn world, you know, like one of those bastard guys who just thinks he can do whatever he wants, he can run over your foot with his wheelchair, whatever, apologize afterwards, which he did after I helped him in the bathroom.